Bahrain, after the US free trade agreement and the regulation of free market, land, rent, food prices spiked in spite of government subsidies and with minimal changes in salaries. The youth struggle to survive, and many are employed in this global, deregulated, free market economy. In February 2011, the youth protested in order to push for more reform. The opposition parties joined. The reformist Crown Prince negotiated 7 reform issues. But some of the opposition were reluctant, asking for revolution toward Islamic Republic theocracy. Not constitutional monarchy that voted for by 98.4% of the citizens of Bahrain in 2001. Suddenly, it became a war of existence. The GCC felt the danger of Iranian theocracy threat, and the government called for their support. On 29th of June, independent commission of inquiries was established by His Majesty the King to investigate the response of the government to February 2011 uprising. The result of the investigation published on November 23rd. The government accepted its responsibility and promised to work on more reform, but the trust between the government and the opposition was shattered. Now, what's the future of Middle East after what we call Arab Spring, or really it's a global uprising? How the Middle East will progress after Arab Spring? Should we start reviewing the history and avoid repeating its mistake? Will a traditional Western democracy with super capitalism solve Middle East challenges? Will a traditional Western diplomacy bring peace and stability? How can the Middle East be a positive global player? Do we need to breed a new diplomat? How are we going to educate them? The Middle East challenge is the unreasonable man. George Bernard Shaw said, "The reasonable man adapts himself to the world. The unreasonable one persists trying to adapt the world to himself. Therefore, all the progress depends on unreasonable man." Middle East crisis, Arab losing Holy Land, Israelis regaining existence, American politician gaining Jewish votes. And imagine what happened. These are all wars, terrorism, September 11, I don't know what next. And you know what's happening these days. Now, let's look at this, the Israel right to exist. Hamas believe that no part of Palestine should be compromised, that Zionist occupation of Palestine should not be recognized. They think it is a modern colonialism. It's break the geographic continuity of Central Arab countries. It depletes the nation's resources. It's a spearhead which is ready to strike at any project that aims to raise the nation up. This is what Hamas believes. The PLO recognized the right of the State of Israel to exist in peace and security. But the question, how Israel is treating PLO government now. The other opinion is one nation. Palestinians, whether they are Arab or Hebrew speaker, are members of one indivisible nation. No one eats with immunity from the tree of morality. This is a very important lesson for diplomats. It is not the strongest of the species that survive, nor the most intelligent. It is the one that is most adaptable to global change, evolutionary theory. Japan is trusted in the Middle East. It can help with its experience and wisdom to create a peaceful Middle East. It is important for Japan's economy. More than 500 million in peace, Middle East will prosper and will need to consume Japanese products that they trust, and Japan will enjoy more global security and prosperity. Domo arigato gozaimashita.
ご存知の通り、パレスチナ暫定自治区のガザ地区で、ハマスがロケット弾によるイスラエル攻撃を行ったことに対し、イスラエル軍が非常に激しい空爆作戦を行ってきました。8日間続いたわけですけれども、日本時間の今日未明、停戦の合意が成立しました。イスラエルとハマスの間で、実はこれ両者が直接対話を行って交渉を行って停戦合意ではなく、仲介役が必要であったと。で、今回はエジプトが仲介役になりました。で、エジプトはご存知の通りイスラエルと平和条約を持っています。そしてハマスにも直接働きかけができる。そういうそのプレイヤーは中東において、あるいは世界において非常に限られてきます。おそらくエジプトだけなんだろうと思います。
I think now almost the Middle East is convinced that people in that region have to live in harmony. But the problem is the extreme on both sides. And the other problem is the constitution, Israeli constitution, which gives the chance for the extremes to be in the front and lead. That is another problem they are facing. But we are optimist. The young generation of Israel will understand things more. The young generation from Palestinian side will understand things more. But to make these people more optimistic, you need a ground for good education, for development. Poverty and bombing and attacking will only create more problem, more poverty, more ignorance, and give the chance for the extremes to rise.
シーア派を中心とした激しい反政府デモが起き、でこれまで衝突で数十人の死者が出ていると。そして去年の3月にはGCC、特にサウジアラビア、そしてアラブ首長国連邦の警察、それからサウジアラビアの軍を中心とした、GCC の合同軍がバハレインに駐留して、一時的にその騒ぎが収まる方向に向かったと。しかしその後も断続的にデモ、そして治安部隊の衝突が起きているということです。で、シリアのバハレインの場合は、国民の 70% がシーア派と言われていて、しかし実権を握っているのは人口が少ないスンニ派の方であるということで、そのシーア派の人たちが就職であるとか、あるいは教育の面で差別的な扱いを受けてきたという不満があって、それが反政府運動デモにつながったという取り上げ方をされているわけですが、今後その この問題、今沈静化しているように見えますけれども、問題の本質的な部分というのはまだ解決されてないように思いますが、
If we go back to the history, we see at some stage there was United States and Soviet Union, and you have to choose between one of them. And we, in the Gulf region, we stood with the United States. But our problem is a powerful major neighbor. This is one of our major problems. But Bahraini people are liberal, they love freedom, they are highly educated, literacy almost 100% in Bahrain. Every Bahraini has a political mind. I'm sure, particularly after Mr. Obama being elected, there will be better Western decision about the region, and we will come to some sort of consensus, and I think we'll move forward again into our democratic reform.
イランはご存知の通り、国連安全保障理事会の決議を無視する形でウラン濃縮活動を続けていまして、特にその 20% の濃縮度のウランの製造が欧米あるいはイスラエルによって非常に大きな脅威であるとみなされている。欧米あるいはイスラエルはイランの真の狙いは核兵器の獲得ではないかという疑いを持っています。
First thing, I think, we have a real global leader. I think Mr. Obama is a global leader and he has wisdom. And he knows the price of wars and violence. And I think, again, Europe understood that war and only with losers. First thing, there might be some changes in the leadership of Iran. There might be a new, more wise people will come. And if more wise people come, I hope the West will support them. The second thing, I don't think Iran will ever use their nuclear weapon. I don't think they will develop it. Most probably, the Iranians want to do something like Japan. They want to develop their technology, but they don't want to use that technology. They don't want to get to the level of nuclear weapon. That's what I guess.
ご存知の通り GCC に新たなメンバーを加えようという動きもあります。ヨルダンとモロッコですけれども、そういう可能性も含めて GCC という組織あるいはこの地域が今後どういうふうに発展変化していくのかと。
The Arabs believe they are one nation. They think they should be unified as a one united state of Arabia. For that, any unification when any other country is welcomed, Arab country. At the same time, we don't look at only at the level of Arab countries. We are looking at a regional region. We hope that Iran was more wise and stable. We, as Bahrain, we were working to develop our economic relationship with Israel, with Iran. And we were trying to get gas from them before. For that, we like to cooperate with everybody. We have Afghanistan, we have Pakistan, we have all these regional players. We can develop a combined market where we can all prosper and be part of the global free market.
この今の日本の例えば政治状況をどういうふうにご覧になっているのか、あるいは先ほどイランの核開発問題 の話をいたしましたけれども、この核問題をめぐって、緊張が高まっていく状況の中で、日本が何かその政治的な役割を果たして戦争を回避するということが可能だとお考えかどうか。
Technology changed the world to a very small global village. And our challenges are global. But unfortunately, till now, we didn't develop global leaders. All our leaders till now think domestically, locally. If we want to solve our problem in a domestic way, we'll never be able to solve them. We have to learn to work with others to solve these major challenges. This is one point. And I'm sure the Japanese wise enough to find the right global leader to lead Japan again. But I'm trying to say that Japan can play a major role in the world. We have a say in Arabic. It says, صديقك من صدقك. Your friend is the truthful. Your friend and your ally should help you in a truthful way. For that, if Japan work in a truthful way with its alliance with the West, they can do a lot together. If Japanese use their wisdom and teach the West about their wisdom, teach Europe and United States about their